Why do 98% of Nigerians remember when petrol was only 20 naira per liter? It's a question that brings back a flood of memories for many. The late 1990s were a time of relative stability in fuel prices, a stark contrast to the roller coaster ride that was to come. The price of 20 naira per liter was almost a given, a constant in the lives of Nigerians who relied on petrol for their daily activities. But as we know, nothing stays the same forever. Let's journey through Nigeria's fuel price saga from 1999 to 2024. This journey is not just about numbers, it's about the lives affected, the policies enacted, and the economic realities that shaped a nation. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the remote villages in the north, fuel prices have been a topic of heated debate and a barometer of the country's economic health. Starting in 1999, under President Obasanjo, petrol was 20 naira per liter. This period marked the beginning of Nigeria's Fourth Republic, a time of hope and new beginnings. President Obasanjo's administration inherited a country in need of economic reform and stability. The price of petrol at 20 naira per liter was a reflection of the government's efforts to maintain affordability for the average Nigerian. Due to shortages and deregulation pressures, it rose to 70 naira by 2007. The early 2000s were marked by significant challenges, including fuel shortages that left many Nigerians stranded. The government's decision to deregulate the oil sector was met with mixed reactions. On one hand, it was seen as a necessary step to attract investment and improve supply. On the other hand, it led to price increases that burdened the average citizen. The public was not happy. Protests erupted across the country as Nigerians voiced their frustration. The increase to 70 naira per liter was seen as a betrayal by many who had hoped for better economic conditions. The streets of major cities were filled with demonstrators demanding a reversal of the price hike. The government was caught in a difficult position, trying to balance economic reforms with public sentiment. Then came President Yar'Adua in 2007, who reduced the price to 65 naira. His administration sought to ease the burden on Nigerians by rolling back some of the price increases. This move was welcomed by many, but it also highlighted the ongoing struggle to find a sustainable solution to the country's fuel pricing issues. Nigerians sighed in relief, but the government felt the pinch. The reduction to 65 naira per liter provided temporary relief for consumers, but it also meant that the government had to find other ways to subsidize the cost. This often led to budgetary constraints and limited resources for other critical sectors such as healthcare and education. Enter Goodluck Jonathan in 2010. His presidency marked another chapter in Nigeria's fuel price saga. Jonathan's administration faced the daunting task of addressing the underlying issues in the oil sector while managing public expectations. In a controversial move, he hiked the price to 141 naira in 2012, sparking the massive Occupy Nigeria protests. The decision to increase the price was driven by the need to reduce the government's subsidy burden, which had become unsustainable. However, the public outcry was immediate and intense. The Occupy Nigeria movement saw thousands of Nigerians take to the streets in one of the largest protests in the country's history. The price later settled at 97 naira. After days of protests and negotiations, the government agreed to lower the price to 97 naira per liter. This compromise was seen as a victory for the protesters, but it also underscored the complexities of fuel pricing in Nigeria. The government's challenge was to find a balance between economic realities and public expectations. President Buhari took the reins in 2015, raising the price to 145 naira as part of a deregulation drive. Buhari's administration aimed to address the inefficiencies in the oil sector and reduce the reliance on subsidies. The increase to 145 naira per liter was part of a broader strategy to attract investment and improve the supply chain. However, it also meant higher costs for consumers. Economic woes led to further increases, up to 170 naira by 2021. The global oil market fluctuations, coupled with domestic economic challenges, contributed to the rising fuel prices. The COVID-19 pandemic also played a role, disrupting supply chains and affecting global demand. Nigerians faced higher costs at the pump, adding to the economic pressures on households. Fast forward to 2023. President Tinubu faced a tough economy and removed fuel subsidies completely. Tinubu's administration took a bold step by eliminating fuel subsidies, a move that was seen as necessary to stabilize the economy. However, it also meant that fuel prices would be determined by market forces, leading to significant increases. Prices skyrocketed to 570 naira per liter, finally reaching 897 naira today. The removal of subsidies led to a dramatic rise in fuel prices, with the cost per liter reaching unprecedented levels. Nigerians had to adjust to the new reality, with many struggling to cope with the higher expenses. The impact was felt across all sectors, from transportation to food prices. Dangote Refinery's entry may offer hope, but for now, Nigerians face the highest fuel prices ever. The construction of the Dangote Refinery is seen as a potential game-changer for Nigeria's oil sector. Once operational, it is expected to increase domestic refining capacity and reduce the country's dependence on imported fuel. However, until then, Nigerians continue to grapple with high fuel costs. From 20 naira to 897 naira, Nigeria's fuel price journey is a tale of economic challenges and policy shifts. The journey from 20 naira to 897 naira per liter reflects the broader economic and political landscape of Nigeria. Each price change tells a story of policy decisions, market dynamics, and the resilience of the Nigerian people. It's a story of adaptation and survival in the face of ever-changing circumstances. What's next? Only time will tell. As Nigeria continues to navigate its economic challenges, the future of fuel prices remains uncertain. Will new policies bring relief, or will market forces continue to drive prices higher? The answer lies in the complex interplay of domestic and global factors. For now, Nigerians watch and wait, hoping for a more stable and affordable future.